Well, Tim, we're live.
We're live.
And we're live. And Cheech is, for those of you who have tuned in, Cheech is having a little trouble with his software, but he will be on. He may not be on with his close-up camera, but we'll do the best we can. He says he has it working, and for some reason it's not liking this today.
Which happens.
Cheech, how you doing?
Still the same. We got it all restarted, and we cannot. It still won't let us connect to that.
Okay.
So
crack out that iPhone.
Yeah. So you guys want to just get started? We'll see if we can. Well, crap.
All right, we'll take you out of the feed for a minute, and then when you're ready, just wave because I'll be able to see you. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And we'll have Brigham get in the feed on a phone.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Brig, you good?
Yeah, and I'll try and figure this out.
Try to figure this out
on the
back end, and maybe by the time we're trying to.
All right. Well, we can talk a little bit about Paraleps, Tim, before we start, right?
Yeah, sure. Like Paraleps. We have them here right now.
Yeah. We don't have them yet, but
yeah, it's a happy little mix between tan caddis and the Paraleps. Mm-hmm. Now we call them Blue Quills. Is that legit?
People call them Blue Quills, Little Red Quills, Paraleps. There's lots of different names for them, but for those of you who have probably seen them, because they're one of the most prolific spring hatches, it has a reddish brown body and a red head and a quite dark wing, and it's about a size 18. So it's easy to confuse with early spring betas or blue wing olives, because they're a little bit bigger but they're skinnier, quite a bit. It's a really skinny mayfly, and the nymph is quite skinny as well.
The nymphs though look between the betas and the Paraleps look very, very similar. Like body form, wing pads, everything. The gills are a little different. They're kind of frillier, almost single strands on the Paraleps, and more like flappy blades on the betas. But yeah, remarkably similar.
And this hatch can fool you, because I've seen it lots of times hatch at the same time as the much bigger Hendricksons, which are a 14.
Yeah.
And sometimes the fish will prefer the little Paraleps. They might have more trouble emerging, or they might be more abundant, and you throw on a size 14 and you get a lot of refusals, or fish ignore your fly, and then you realize that these little ones are on the water, and you do need a good imitation of a Paralep. Sometimes a betis, a bigger olive pattern, will work in a pinch, but I always carry a little red quill type fly, and then the spinners are quite important as well, I find.
Yeah, I don't really fish the spinners all that much. We have the hatch, but it's not a huge one, and the Hendricksons usually just sort of take the place of it. They're around. They're just not a whole ton of them. But our Hendricksons, everybody thought they were going to be early because we had that warm spell for a while. Then it got cold and high water again, and my son and I have been doing some stream sampling lately, and as of just 3 or 4 days ago, the Hendricksons really didn't look that ripe. They weren't they weren't really ready to go yet. And he was down at the river just a couple hours ago, checked, and he said there were a few dribbling off, but not quite there yet. So actually right on time for this time of year.
Yeah, it looks like Cheech is ready. That's not bad, Cheech. I don't have any volume. Oh, you're muted, Cheech. You need to unmute yourself. Heaven forbid that we do this without Cheech's voice. That would be.
I think
There we go.
it. I think we're
No,
ready.
you got it. You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Yeah, and when you did the close up, when you did the
I'm gonna
close
turn it
up on
back
the
up.
fly,
We're trying to figure out audio here.
oh,
Okay.
you need headphones probably, or else you get an echo.
There we go. Well, if we have our camera gear up and going, would probably be good. But
Well, next time we'll have it going.
yeah. Well, I say by about June we'll have this all dialed, so we'll figure
Okay.
that out. Either that,
All
or
right.
I'm going to get kicked out of the group.
So no, we wouldn't want to do it without you anymore. So you have you have some of these paraleps in the West, but you have other similar little red quill looking flies in the Western United States. I know because I've seen them out there.
Like March Browns, the red quill stuff that we have here are mostly like PMD spinners, that kind of stuff. Little rusty spinner stuff. Yeah, you fish a lot of that kind of stuff, like up on the Henry's Fork. So
yeah.
Fishing with the guys from Rio, they call it the trusty rusty.
Yep.
So
well, I'm reading here in the this is the upper Midwest hatches. They call it a little mahogany dun out there.
A little mahogany.
Yeah. Actually,
cool.
It's a really nice shot of one right here. If it's
grab one of those little holders.
Oh yeah. So yeah, little.
Oh yeah.
So what color are you guys tying this fly? I figured I would do what's hatching now in a Baetis, little blue-winged olive, but is that what you guys are tying?
We're tying the little.
So I can see what's going on.
We're tying this little mahogany dun, but you do Cheech.
You do.
I'm doing a compare-dun, but mine's going to be. Mine's just going to have an olive body is all. And it's a size 18.
Okay. All right. That's good enough. Good enough for some entertainment here, right?
Well, it'll be entertaining.
So who starts first?
You guys go ahead. I'm still trying to figure out my life over here. So
okay.
I'll be
looks
first.
like I'm starting. Looks like I'm starting because
you're the one that called this diminutive little thing. So
yeah. That needs to be said. This was all Tom's idea, this stupid fly, because he knows I have big hands.
Hey, listen. Flagler has chosen some really stupid flies before, like a dry black gnat with quill wings. Now, there's a couple of other ones that you picked that were just way. And then I asked him, I said, Tim, do you ever fish a dry black gnat? He said, no. Never. Why are we tying this stupid thing? Anyway,
well,
okay,
yeah,
I'll
black
start.
gnat's just kind of like a midge, but yeah.
All right.
What's up with that?
I'll start. So let's get that out of there. So
are you using a quill body?
Yeah. Because if you look at that little mahogany that Tim showed, this thing has a very skinny body.
It does.
And so it's a quill-bodied comparadun.
Wait, anyway. Though that's a yarn tail. That's a shuck. That is officially a sparkle dun. -4 points for Rosenbauer already.
No. It's a no. It's a quill-bodied sparkle dun. Okay.
Okay.
He did specify sparkle dun.
If you read the instructions I sent, Chief, you would realize.
No, you didn't.
Hey, we can change. I could do a quill body. Brig, go find me any brown hackle, and I've never tied a quill body before, but I will in this.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. So I am using a big eye hook and I really like these big eye hooks. The eye is a little bit oversized, and it's a straight eye, and it's got a micro barb that's easy to pinch. I just really like these dry fly hooks.
They're good for old
and-
people.
Yeah, it's good for old people. And I'm older than you guys, so I'm going to start my thread right about in the middle of the body, and I'm using 12-0 brown thread.
The straight
Okay.
eye.
Now, get deer hair out of there. So you could use any kind of sparkly yarn for the tail. I'm going to use Z-Lon here, and the dark brown color. So all I need to do is pull just a little bit of this off here. With a size 18, you don't need much. Don't need much for a shuck. All right. And then I am going to, and it's okay also if the tail is a little scraggly.
Yes, I like scraggly tails on the Sparkle Duns.
Yeah. So I figure out where I want it to go, right about a little bit less than a shank length. And then I'm going to, and I don't pre-trim this on a small fly like this, just because I find that trying to grab that end is tough on a little fly. But I'm going to go all the way back to the bend, pulling it toward me a little bit. And then I can come in and cut off the waist. The haters.
The haters.
The haters.
Well,
Yes.
so there's my scraggly tail. And Tim, you're up.
Okay, oddly enough, I tie mine a little differently than Tom does.
Oddly enough,
I'm using a
Oddly enough.
little 12-aught thread, classic waxed, kind of a rust color, and for a hook, using one of my favorites, a Fulling Mill 50/50 Ultimate Dry in size 18. And so I do just a couple weird things here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Get my thread started.
Sorry, I'm whispering to Brig.
I go right to where I want the base of the wing to be. And just to make sure that nothing slides around, if you do a back to front whip finish, your thread will stay right in that same spot. All right. Hopefully.
So that's your final fly there, Mr. Flagler.
That's it. You got to keep these things thin, okay? It's very thin body on the fly.
Now I've heard of PA guys getting that small.
You did a whip finish?
Yes.
Okay.
And it just keeps my thread there from migrating backwards or forwards. But what I do, and I will say that what you use for Comparaduns is, I'm real picky about it.
Yeah.
And this is a nice for darker winged ones like this one. This works really well. I like the color of it. I do need to get my little switchblade.
Now, Tim, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How many pieces of deer hair did you go through to find the right piece for this fly?
Oh, it's ridiculous. I actually have some here that I've used before, but this one was a little coarse. So for bigger bugs, bigger betas, things like that, 16s, it's absolutely fine. I use it a lot. And then for little teenies, this is a new patch, but it replaces an old one that I used a ton. Really nice stuff, but it's too short for this. So anyway, I like to clean it really, really well. And you just, I mean, it's so hard to describe how much is there. I would honestly say with this pattern, err on the side of less rather than more. More will really mess you up.
And I think you have to tie a couple before you
Exactly.
figure out exactly how much you need.
Right. And also, you also need to tie a bunch with this part of it because it really is critical. It's almost hard on this size 18 to make a wing that's too small. It's real easy to make one that's too big. And I'm just going to keep taking wraps rearward. I don't want that stuff to spin. And it's asking a lot of your tying thread and everything else to not have it spin.
Don't you find that holding your finger on the far side of the hook?
It does help, yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty happy with the height and then also the placement of the base. And I can stop right there.
All right, Brigham. Let's do this. That
Oh boy.
looks good, Tim. A pretty big. Otherwise, yeah. Are we up? Yeah, we're live on here.
You're up. You're up.
Okay. So I had Brigham go farm me out some materials so that I could do a proper quill body comparadun. Take notes, scoring at the judges table that I am freestyling at this point. So I just have, what do I have? This is the new Fully Mill Parapost yarn. I just farmed out like some of the, I think it's like a rusty brown color. And the thread I'm going to use is 12-aught nano silk. I'm using nano silk on this one because I like to do a lot of pressure, and I'm on Team Tom on this one, where I don't tie the wing in first. So I'm just going to dress my hook.
At least somebody gets it right.
Always.
Oh my
always.
goodness! Hey, Tom, I think it's supposed to be me and Tim versus Tom, but now we're both getting. Well, I guess he's the reigning champ, so. Anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't even in the running last week. Or last time, if you remember the voting.
Yeah,
it was like I shouldn't have even bothered tying.
We're gonna try to do. No, it was great entertainment, Tom. Give a lot of people to look forward to getting better at tying. No, all right. So. Please excuse the camera angles. I'm going to tie this in, and then we'll see how close we can get this. We're working on getting our camera situation figured out for next time. So anyway, what I'm going to do is that's too much. I'm going to tie this one in, let's see, right about where the body's going to start right here. I pre-trim that, and then I'm just going to wrap that back. Oh, Brig. I am struggling today. Just like I said, I'm going to wrap that back. Just like that. And then I'm going to trim this flush. And then I'm going to come in here at an angle and kind of doctor those up just a little bit. So I have, a little bit of messiness going on behind there, but super, super sparse. So anyway, that's it for me. All right, Brig, show them my work. We'll show it against this. Does that make a good background?
Yeah, it's good.
There you go.
That's good.
That's where we are.
That's good. Yeah, tail first. You did it right.
Tail first.
Okay, so now I'm going to put on my wing.
Bold move.
And
bold
Cotton.
Move.
I found a really nice.
That's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. Well, the wings on this thing are really dark, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'll tie it with a little bit lighter wing because it's easier to see. But if I really want to specifically imitate the fly and the fish are picky, then a dark wing may matter. I don't know, but so I'm trying to match this bug as best as I can. And one of the things I found with Comparadun hair for small flies is that you want it to be really flexible. If it's really stiff, I find that, and sometimes even the fine stuff can be stiff, but this stuff is really flexible. And this particular piece didn't look that good until I started tying with it. And I am going to, unlike Tim, I'm going to use a bigger bunch of deer hair. Of course, right? Because
Of course.
I like a full wing on Comparaduns. I like a nice full wing, and I know it's a little bit harder to tie, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to
full wing on an 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top heavy works on dry flies.
Yeah. Shut up. It helps balance it better. So I'm going to remove all the fuzz and short hairs from this deer hair. This is my poodle comb. Poodle combs make great deer hair combs. And then I'm going to double stack this. So I'm going to stack the wing. And
Let's keep going right now.
I'm going to do an initial
camera.
Going to do an initial stack, and then I'm going to pull it out and shorten this hair up a little bit and do another stack, because I find that with all these butt ends, it doesn't stack quite as neatly. So I'm just going to trim that off and then stack it again. This may be overkill, but I'm not taking any chances this time.
This time, yeah.
Because I got whipped so badly last time. All right, so a little bit more wing than Tim has. Oops, I just stepped on a dog. Sorry about that. Sorry, Sedge. And I'm going to measure my wing. Going to measure my wing to be, about a shank length. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to come up all the way to the eye to cover that shank with thread so things don't spin around on me. And surprisingly, I'm going to put the wing about the same place as Flagler did. I know that's surprising to everyone. And I'm going to make a loose turn and cut it up.
You're watching one of the best, Tom.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to take some really tight turns here. Hopefully I don't break my 12-0 thread. And I've got my finger on the far side when I apply pressure, so that it doesn't roll around the shank. And then because I have a quill body, I don't want to taper that deer hair back too far. I want to come in, and usually I don't let go of my deer hair before I do this, but my scissors were over in another place.
You thought he's going to snip off that tail.
Shut up, Flagler. I can hear you. Don't
I
think
whispered. I was talking to Joan. Oh, good.
I want to get some more of that out of there, though.
Nice and twisty.
I want to get a little bit of that out of there. Oh, I can't. The camera's in the way. If I had this stupid camera here, I wouldn't have any problem. Then I'm going to keep holding that deer hair there and come back on the butts. Now it won't roll once you get over those butts, it won't roll. And then raise it up.
On your computer.
And one of the things you want to remember on these Comparaduns or Sparkle Duns is that you need as much thread you need thread height in front of the fly as much as you do behind. So I build it up here, come right tight to the base, and I build it up because you need to have equal height behind there as well as in front of it so that it stays upright. And I always want to make sure that my hair is splayed 180 degrees. Don't rely on your
save. Good.
Don't rely on your dubbing to hold the wing in place because it won't. It needs to be held in place by the thread. Okay. My wing is set.
Am I up?
Yeah. You're up.
Hey guys, I think we got our camera set up. So if you go backstage, this is for the Orvis people. We could probably switch it over to the better one, just so you know.
Oh, good. Yeah, go ahead. I got a hater in there. Well, flaggers. Oh, that's great. Go ahead, Tim.
All right. So for my Shuck, I'm actually using another. It's a Fulling Mill Ultra Dry yarn. It's treated and it has a little floating characteristics to it. It's a lot like Z-Lon, kind of kinky fibers, not really straight. And I don't use a whole strand of it. Just I want to wisp. The thing is, I generally, on Sparkle Duns anyway, kind of go by the original from out there at Blue Ribbon Flies. And I do the Shuck fairly short, definitely shorter than Tom and Cheech. And just so I don't waste material, I'll use plunger style hackle pliers, get in there and then snip that off to about that length.
Hackle pliers on tail cutting. Goodness gracious.
See, and then it's right there, Cheech. You don't lose it on your tying bench. You can use it the next time around.
Yeah, boy, you don't want to lose any of that yarn.
It's expensive.
The next time we tie, he's probably going to hold his hooks in a plunger style hackle plier and tie instead of using a vise.
No doubt. He's going to go to Chinese food and use plunger style hackle pliers instead of dang chopsticks at this point.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
We feel you, Flagler. It's okay.
Okay. Can see where this room is going.
All right, Cheech, have you got your black
magic? I think we're set up.
Good. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there you go.
That is right. We may make some little fine adjustments here, but
yeah, you got it.
Riggs just getting us dialed in, but all right. So, nice. Look, you can actually see the detail in here. This is excellent. Yeah. All right.
Beautiful.
I won't just add wraps. As you can see, I've been taking this. I had Brigham go and farm me out. This is just a whiting hen saddle. It's just a brown one. And so I've peeled all the feathers off of that, and I've been trying to moisten it since we've been talking. So this is going to be a crapshoot as to whether or not this quill will split. But I'm going to wrap my body first before the wing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Cheech, you and I are already. I thought we were going to be together here on this, Cheech, but I could see that.
No, this is like, I mean, Flagler won last time. I'm just I have to be against everybody right now. You know, I can't. I mean, both of you guys are the enemy. They made me take my Raiders jersey and the face black off today. So
it's every man for himself today.
All right.
I saw that post on Instagram, Cheech, calling us out. The gloves were off, the whole deal.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've given it a lot of thought, guys. I mean, there's no reason. Oh yeah, Brigham reminded me that I said that I was going to break your hips, and that was probably overboard. But I was fired up. That I just wanted to show you that the commitment was there. All right. So the first wrap with the quill. See how I have it kicked off to the side? The first wrap with the quill is where you always break it. So go real nice and easy on that one. And then we're just going to build a body with touching turns all the way up. And like I said, I haven't tied with a quill for 48 years. So I would use rotary on this, but I'm not sure how durable this is going to really be. If I were tying like for keeps, I would definitely throw on some super glue underneath that. But anyway, there's a quill body.
It looks good, Cheech. It looks really good.
I think that might even catch fish. And that's kind of cool. Like everybody's got an old crappy saddle or cape hanging around.
Yep.
Just grab that sucker. Hey, Brig, use the thing and make my face show up right now. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look, we have technology.
Sure.
Technology.
Welcome to the club, Cheech. Welcome to the Black Magic Club.
I'd like to thank my wife, my family, my handlers, all of them. So, and Brigham. All right, so Brigham has a migraine right now. He deserves a shout out. He is not feeling the greatest right now, and he decided to come anyway. So, so there you have it. I tied Shuck, then body, and then I'm not even going to tell you what comes next because you guys will steal my ideas, and this is a contest. And with that, my turn is done.
Okay. I guess I'm next.
You're up, Tom.
Okay. So, Cheech, I'm glad that you are using a quill body. I like that. Here's a trick for you, Cheech, but you didn't have time.
Okay. Oh yeah.
If you're gonna do quill bodies, you want to soak them in water, but you want to put a little bit of your wife's hair conditioner in there, and that will really soften them up.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, just put a little.
Unlike you two, I do need conditioner for my hair. Like, look at this. I have product, Rosenbauer. I'll just use the Cheech conditioner. Thank you very much.
Oh, I don't. Anyway, and where I got these, I really like the synthetic quills, the magic quills and stuff like that. And I tried tying this with magic quills, and I didn't like the color I was getting. And there is a bird that you would not want for any other fly tying. It's called a Rhode Island red, and they're junky barnyard chickens. But they don't have a black center, and they have really good coloration on them. The only place I don't even get them is Deddy flies in the Catskills. But it's, you can see this is a really lousy, you wouldn't use this neck for anything else. But I do have a few of them that I use for quill bodies. And if you know somebody that's got a Rhode Island red chicken, they're not as common as they used to be, but have them save the feathers if they die. So anyway, I've got the soaked quill, which shouldn't split. I should say that because it probably will. And I am going to tie this in right behind my wing. I'm going to cut that tip off. I'm going to tie it in right behind my wing. If I can catch it. For some reason, the camera is getting in the way today. I don't know. Or is that just an excuse I'm using?
Is that the
And then-
excuse you use for when you miss free throws when you play basketball too?
I don't play basketball for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And then I'm using the flagler trick to
You sure are.
Oh,
line that forward to keep those, although it's not working that well. But I almost never, wait, I'm not going to say that until I finish this. Got a hater in there. I love that term.
they do hate.
They do.
You know what else is a hater, Tom? Is the dang cameras. People don't realize how hard it is to film while you're, or to tie while you're trying to explain, and you got bright lights.
Well,
You know,
yeah, and to lean into, and then take it. And you notice I push that wing forward, and that's okay. You just want to get it out of the way when you're finishing your body. And then trim this off. And then find the end of that and just take a couple turns over it to make sure you secure it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. Guess I'm up. Well, I actually did read Tom's email, and it clearly said Sparkle Dun. And to me, when you look up Sparkle Dun in the dictionary, it has a dub body on it. So I went with the dub body, but I'm using this stuff K-Poc. Not a new material. It's been around forever. Used in old life jackets back in the day. And the reason I like it for this is that it dubs down so, I'll try to show it here, so ridiculously small that it doesn't build up a body really at all.
I'm going to call Craig Matthews right now and ask him if it's okay.
Call Craig, see what he has to say.
Put a quill body.
This
It's
is
okay
how
to
that
put
would go. This is how that would go. Yeah, hello, Mr. Craig. This is Tom Rosenbauer.
Click.
Could you maybe settle a dispute for us?
No, I know Craig. He's an old friend.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
You know, unlike a lot of people, because this is a quill body comparadun, Tim, I could have invented a new name and called it my, Rosenbauer Dun, but I didn't. Unlike a lot of people,
Okay.
just because I changed one material on the fly doesn't mean it's a new fly, right?
Right.
Unlike people that I see on fly fish food who, change the hotspot color on a Frenchie and call it some new pattern.
That's what we do. That's what we're experts at. And you know what, Tom? There are two types of haters. You and me. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Tom H. Rosenbauer. Tom.
I don't want to see anybody tie another variation of a jig fly again on Instagram.
And I would turn off the internet.
Yeah, you may not want to watch my tying video this week then, Tom.
Oh my goodness.
I have a new fave. Anyway, this stuff it dubs down so small it literally it's almost like coloring the thread. And I don't even know whether you can see that. It's so small. And I found, watch me overdub here, but that in tying a few of these, I actually always come up short on the dubbing noodle. That's how thin it is.
Do you dub with plunger style hackle pliers?
Not currently. I haven't figured out a way to do that. As soon as I do, though, Tom, you will absolutely be the first to know.
Ooh,
So,
and I think
it looks
you're
like
going
a
in the wrong
huge dubbing
direction
noodle.
in your dubbing too.
Oh, that uncalled for.
And you're out of focus.
Am I
There,
in
right
focus?
there.
All
I
right.
have the best
So,
eyes of all three of us. I'll put that on the table right now.
so what this stuff does is because it's so thin, when you dub with it, it kind of makes for segmentation. As thin as it is. And so kind of mimics the quill.
Yeah, mimics, but not as good.
And I do like to take pretty significant wraps to hold that. I have found that the dubbing, because it's on there so tight, does a pretty remarkable job of holding the wing up on these things. But
I'm team dubbing too.
You had a quill body.
Well, I know, but I'm still going to use dubbing in front of the wing to prop it up.
Yeah,
I think Tom is too.
I am too.
Yeah.
Oh, but you said you have to do it with thread, or else it wouldn't.
Well,
work.
I think you do. I think you do, unless you're really careful. I think if you rely just on dubbing, it'll
Careful. This guy, careful. Me, very
What?
careful.
What?
I can get it with dubbing.
Okay.
And that one looks nominal. As long as it gets that 180 degrees around there, we're good to go.
Oh yeah, that's a great amount for the wing right there. I think it's
Yeah.
real nice.
Sparse.
Sparse.
All right,
All right,
Chi-Chi.
Cheech, you're up.
Okay, this is stressful. Not really. Let's see. What do we got here? We don't have our overhead camera set up yet, so I'm just going to show you. Change it to the other one for just 1 sec, Brig. So I've got Nature Spirit Comparadun hair. As you can see, like this is THICC when it comes to like how full this thing is. But you guys were talking about how many patches of hair you have to go through. I know a guy that owns a fly shop, so he looks through them for me. So anyway, this is a really primo patch of hair. I've got the old little CNF stacker. What's that?
For those of you who are listening who have trouble with deer hair on Sparkle Duns and Comparaduns, you can never own too much deer hair.
Correct.
You can never have too much deer hair.
Or elk hair. We'll include elk there as well.
Yeah, elk too. Yeah. There's so much variation in deer hair.
So I've got about that much, and that's about double what I really want. So I'll farm some of those out. We'll work with something like that. And we'll yeet the passive haters in there. They're just there. You know, they don't realize that they're causing problems.
Oh, the passive haters.
Passive haters is like underfluff and deer hair. You know, it's there.
Yeah.
It's going to be used, and it's just kind of there for the ride with no real, like they didn't get the invite to this. They're just there.
I've always called them fuzzies in shorts, but that's better.
Fuzzies and shorts.
Yeah.
Isn't that Rosenbauer's title at Orvis?
Oh man, this is getting bad.
I know
that was good.
I'm
doing these by myself from now on.
Well, you'd win if you did that.
I'd win every time.
Okay. All right, let's get tying this fly.
No more chocolate for you, Cheech.
Hey, Tim. Never mind. We'll talk about our plans after this later. All right, let's see. I'm stacking some hair. Now, here I've got it all lined up just like that. For this, I'm going to use the back of this. Oh, you know what? I've got to prep for this hair first. My bad. I'm going to put it back in the stacker. I like to build up a little tiny bump right where that body ends to brace this hair, because the way that I'm tying this wing in gives it a little bit more buoyancy. So I'm going to just kind of build up something
I
like
know what
that.
he's gonna do.
He knows what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I know
This
what
is-
he's gonna
this
do. I
is-
saw other people doing this.
This is interesting.
Do you hear that, people? This is interesting. So we just have a little tiny blob of dubbing there.
Oh, I know
Little
what he's
secondary
gonna
wing
do.
back behind there. I see that coming.
Watch yes, boys. Watch yes and learn something right now. Okay. So, crap, I pulled the hair out the wrong way. Oh, geez. All right. Stop talking
Just
trash.
flip it around in your fingers the way Tom does. It
I
keeps
could
them
do it.
really well
Just-
stacked.
Trust me, I cannot lose this battle. So I will not. I'm going to put it back in the freaking stacker and I'm going to do it right.
That's
Okay.
points off. That's points off. Restack
Okay.
it.
Well, I could probably take quite a few more points off and I'll still be at least second place. So, all right. So here I have my wing. Okay. So I'm just going to tie in a little tiny wing. I just kind of eyeballed it just like the others. It's going to be roughly the length of the body. And I'll just put in a few turns. That's why I like the nano silk, because I really don't need many more turns than that. I still have hold of these, so I'm just going to sneak my scissors under here. And I'm just going to nuke those out of there. And what that does is it creates a little butt and it adds buoyancy. So we're not pushing the air out of the butts of the deer hair. We're just using it to our advantage to tie the fly. So in order, I guess I'll just put the rest of the dubbing on there and show you how I prop the wing up. Is that to the point?
Yeah, go
we're at?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so another real tight dubbing noodle. This is just, what is this one? This is the Wapsi Superfine. Any Superfine dub will do the trick. So once we're here, we're going to grab all that hair and we're going to pull it back. Ooh, one hater. No,
Oh,
he
don't you
came
hate
back in line.
those haters that cross the center line?
Yep. All right, so I'm just going to really tightly dub that right in front of that wing. And it builds up a little tiny ball. Let me get this looking how it should. And then I don't have my whip finisher, so I'll just throw a hand whip finish in it. Do I get extra points for that? Because if
They
not,
do,
then we can tie the other kind of whip finish too. But anyway, we'll nuke that out of there. And then we have a pretty, can you back off the depth of field on this a little bit, Brig? So that we can just see it when we brighten that up a little bit. There we go. So there's the bottom side. Nice clean mayfly. And then, you know, you have that 180-degree wing like we're talking about. Whoop, just dropped it.
Looks good, Cheech.
And I think,
Nice.
wait, there's I got one little hater, but I mean, the fly is done. It's as good as it's going to get. So there you have it. That's my version of a Sparkle Dun.
Sparkle Quill Dun.
Sparkle Quill Dun. Rosenbauer's super special Sparkle Quill Dun. Coming to Orvis soonly. Anyway.
All right, so I have to finish mine, I guess. Tim, you're done too, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm going to use, I like this, as Cheech said, any superfine dubbing. I like the Hairline's superfine dubbing. It's very, very fine. It dubs nice. And then I'm going to use this mahogany, dark mahogany color. And I'm not going to need much at all. Oops. And then I am just going to give myself a very, and you can, I think this stuff dubs as tightly as that kapok.
Yep, real close.
Yep. It's almost exactly like K-pop.
Exactly the same.
And then I'm going to wind it. Oh, haters. Oh yeah, I usually force that wing forward when I tie it behind there. So just get it right up behind that quill. And that this dubbing thorax does add a little flotation. It does help. And then I like to turn it upside down to make sure I cover that base, and then push the hair back. And see, that's going to stand up by itself, but I will take some turns of dubbing in front of there. And I'm going to get rid of a couple of haters there that are bothering me. And then whip finish. I've been doing the double whip finish lately. 3 turns and then 3 turns with this 12-0 thread.
Does it help your knot when you trap deer hair in it?
Did I trap deer hair? I didn't trap deer hair in it.
You couldn't see it, but we could. And we're not going to stop you.
No, there's no deer hair trapped in there.
Okay.
All right. So, oh boy, I don't like that. Get rid of that there. Okay. What's this? There. All right. So, make sure that it's splayed 180 degrees. And then for the quill body, I take some high gloss head cement and I thin it down, add some thinner to it. I don't like UV cure.
Yeah, focus a little. There you go. Beauty.
I don't like UV cure on a small fly like this, but this thin down head cement will really secure that quill. And then when I'm doing it, I can just add a little drop to the head. And there it is. All right, I'm done.
I think we're all done, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what is that thing sticking out of there? I can see it on the camera now.
Uh-oh.
I think it's because you use the game changer jaw.
I like the game changer.
Wow.
Changer jaw.
It's a good jaw.
That must be New Jersey making that noise. Yeah.
It is. Earthquakes and...
I added the voting link in the chat, so everybody get voting.
Go to the, where is it? On Orvis Face. Is this the part where like bodybuilders and we have to flex with our flies in front of everybody?
Yeah. I'm going to back off here so you can see it.
Look, there's my fly behind beard. My beard doesn't make a bad background. Look at that.
I got to raise this up.
You guys know I wore the same shirt I wore last time because
I was gonna say something, Cheech, but I didn't.
No, it's all about consistency.
Ah.
He wears that shirt every day.
So maybe I'll lose this one again. Freaking Brigham. Wait, I got to keep twisting my fly.
Wait, we can't see Tom's.
Oh, I'm gonna do something.
Is the link? Where was the link posted again? On the Orvis Facebook page or Orvis Fly Fishing?
I posted it to all the feeds where we're going live, but we have a clear winner already.
I haven't even spun.
All right, all right. Keep spinning. We'll give it another minute.
And spin.
Yeah, I haven't even spun. Jeez.
Let him put like 87 RPM on that sucker. It's not going to make a difference.
Oh. Okay, I'm done spinning.
You're getting dizzy?
Yeah, I'm getting dizzy.
Okay. Well, technical difficulties must be a good luck sign because
I knew it.
Cheech won it with a landslide.
Yay, Cheech!
Yay!
Congratulations, Cheech.
I'm
So-
getting Mr. Matthews on the phone right now.
You know, my
Julia,
wife.
Julia, can you tell us who was in second place?
Yes.
It is super duper close for second. Here we go. And I mean, it's changing by a hair. Let's see what we have. At this moment, Cheech got 52% of the vote, 52.5. Tom got 25.5, and Tim is a close third with 22.1 or
Great
2.
work. This is like a Christmas miracle. Holy crap.
Well,
This is
at least
awesome.
I didn't get thrashed this time.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's because you decided not to tie a Thunder Creek that was 3/4 of an inch long.
I threw.
I'm
all
going to
those
use that
flies
Thunder
out.
Creek.
I threw
Yeah.
all mine out. I threw them in the trash.
Mine's going to Patagonia with me. Hopefully the minnow hatch is on. So
Ooh, that would be killer.
yeah, those little bitty things.
Yeah.
Well, guys, congratulations.
Congratulations,
Man.
Cheech. That fly looked really
Well
good.
done. Yeah.
That fly looked
Thanks, guys. I
really
was
good.
stressing. Next time, you guys should choose a fly, and I'm totally cool with this. You could choose a fly and don't tell me what it is until an hour before.
No, we're not going to do that.
Do
Now
it.
you're just bragging.
No, I
Wow.
think it would be
One
fun.
win and look at him. Holy
It
cow.
will be fun. Okay, never mind. You choose.
Maybe we should have like Phil or Julia pick the fly and not tell any of us until an hour before.
Ooh, that one would be good.
Well,
Yeah.
how do you get materials? Well, I don't own a fly shop or work for a company that.
Well,
We'd have
we could just have them pick a fly that's got common materials in it, right?
I would be fine with sending care packages to both of you, and I won't know about it. Brigham will be the knower of the knowledge, and trust me, he'll try to make me lose. I guarantee it. And we will send out a care package to each one of you. Anyway, we can do it however you want.
Yeah, make sure they have a bunch of Hoffman capes in those care packages too.
Okay, the Hoffman cape not being made in
Yeah,
the
like
night.
like a tricolored never
Okay.
sing skaters.
Hey, trust me, you don't even know, Tom. We could get you some stuff. So,
I bet you could. All right, guys. Well, thank you everyone.
Yes,
for,
thank you, everyone.
thanks.
tuning
This is
in, and we enjoyed your comments, and Cheech, I'm glad you got your cameras working, and congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Chief.
I should have gotten many negative points for the camera issues.
No, that's not your fault. That's not your fault.
Oh, no, but we should be dialed. This is super fun. I just like talking trash because I usually don't get to talk trash like this to Brig.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
You don't talk trash in the shop, Cheech? Come on now.
Never.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Tim
All right.
Johnson disagrees with you in the comment section. She says that you're unmatched for trash talk.
Yeah.
Well,
Tim would know.
yeah. Well, we don't need to go into this right now, but maybe.
Hey, Tom, should we show Cheech how to properly end one of these things?
Yes.
So he can learn?
Oh, he's ahead of you.
Yes.
Oh, he did it.
No.
Oh, I have my thing over here.
Was that
You
by
guys have a
accident? Or?
thing. I have a Brigham. Can they still
Oh,
hear me?
Brigham. Yeah. Dang it.
They tried that on us last time, but
Greg said you tried that on us last time.
I'm fading.
Quick.